Hi everyone, my name is Erin and today I'll be doing the no disclaimers book tag. I was tagged to do this by my friend Fizzy at the Procrastinator File, so I'll be linking her channel down below. And I know that the original was created by Catalyst Reads, but when I went to try and go find it, it didn't exist. So I don't know if she deleted her channel. If not, I'll put it down below. But as of now, I don't know where that video's at. Question number 1 is, which trope do you hate the most? And oh god, to be honest, it took me a while to think of some because I love tropes. I feel like tropes are tropes for a reason, but most of the time people just use the trope in the same way, so it just gets like really old. That's what a trope is. I literally just described the trope to you. When I thought about this question, that was going to be my only answer until I thought about 2 tropes that just grate on my nerves every single time. Trope number 1 I see the most often, and that is the Wicked King. Not the book. The Wicked King, we stand that book. But the Wicked King in terms of like, OMG, the king is evil. He's conspiring against his own people. I've read that. I feel like that is the plot to almost every single book. And even if the king is not like the main antagonist, he is still an antagonist in some sense. He cheated on his wife, he abused his son, he did just all these crappy things. And I just feel like as YA authors, you need to branch out. Make the queen evil, make his sibling evil. Like if you want this person to have a tragic background story, I promise you there are other options that you can go for other than the king, because I'm tired of seeing it. The other one I'm really tired of is the love interest with no other goal or any purpose except for being the love interest. I understand most people like a little bit of romance. I get it. I love romance. I get it. It's hard for me to read any book about romance. Like love interest, they kind of save the book. But when their sole purpose is just to be the object of our main character's affections, they're really flat. They don't feel like a real person. You can't relate to them. You can't love them. So you don't even understand like why the love is there in the first place. And that's a flaw. So number 2 is, who is an overrated or overhyped author in your opinion? You know, I hate hating on people's success. I can't stand it. So I really was about to like not answer this question, but I decided to not be a Debbie Downer, and so I'll just say Sarah J Maas. I obviously like Sarah J Maas's books. That is really, I was gonna say prevalent, but I feel like that's not the right word. That is very easy to see. I feel like some of her most recent novels, being Empire Storms, Aquabore, and of course Frost and Starlight, have all flopped. I liked Kingdom of Ash. Kingdom of Ash was amazing to me, but then again she had years to plan this, so I would sure hope so. But as for Aquabore and of course Frost and Starlight especially, those books, what happened in them? I have been trying to figure this out for a while now. What happened in Aquabore? Like, I know we beat the main antagonist. Awesome, great. But really, what happened? Like, okay, like that happened, but what happened? For A Court of Frost and Starlight, that is not a book, that's not a novella, that is not a piece of fiction, that is just trash. Number 3 is the least favorite books that you've read since you joined BookTube. I actually joined BookTube like a year ago, but I like privated like all my old videos because they're horrible. Yeah, that's just a peek of what they looked like. However, I did review 2 books that I absolutely hate. One of them is my least favorite book of all time, and that is The Hazelwood. Oh my god. I just feel like the main character in that book was very ignorant, and you had other characters kind of calling her out, or sometimes you even recognize her own ignorance herself, and yet she do the same thing. So where's the character development? And then there was Emergency Contact. I had high expectations because Rainbow Rowell blurbed it, and I love her. And also the cover was just gorgeous. Literally like nothing happened. Another book, what happened? You cannot tell me what happened. Also kind of had a similar problem with the main character in this book. She wasn't as ignorant, but I think like in this book her main love interest like crossed this leg and she started to wonder if she was gay, and yet then she got mad people like kind of stereotype her because she's Asian. So I was like, oh, hypocrite, we love that. Number 4 is a terrible ending that ruined the quality of a book or book series. To be honest, I have not really read terrible endings to series that I was adoring at first. It took me a while to like decide what book to say, so I'm just gonna go Ruin and Rising. Personally, I am not a huge fan of the Grisha trilogy. I give it like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's not horrible. Like, I know 2.5 sounds bad. Maybe that is bad. 3 out of 5 stars, you know. I would recommend it to people. It sounds like something they'd be interested in. But the series as a whole is just lackluster to me. But I do know that that book's ending disappointed a lot of people. And I feel like, personally, if Leigh Bardugo wasn't so scared of breaking out of the YA norm, it could have peaked. I feel like the series could have ended with a bang. But sadly, she just didn't. I know on my soul that she regrets that, because not only did her fans complain about it all the time, but also King of Scars happened, and I did not read King of Scars, but I did get spoiled for the ending and the ship in that book, and I don't really hate the ship in that book. I'm just not here for it. But for the ending of that book, I just know that she regretted that so much. It's living proof that she regrets that, okay? Question number 5 is fictional characters you wish weren't killed off. My least favorite character to kill off is not my favorite character, but the character that didn't have to die for no reason. Game of Thrones season 8 episode 4. Perfect example for you. Or in this case, a character that died in the last book in the Selection series, which I recently just got finished reading. It did not grant the main characters any sorts of independence. It did not further their character development. I feel like it just happened for a momentary gasp, but in reality it just set nothing into motion. Also, this character was improving as a person, and I was like really excited to see like where her life went, and then you killed them off. Question number 6 is bookish pet peeves. My least favorite thing that ever happened in books is something that Sarah J Maas has a lot of. That is the territorial male. I'm just over it. When I was younger it was appealing, but now that I know more about society and the world, it just feels like hyper masculinity, and I just can't get behind it anymore. I'm not attracted to men like that anymore, so whatever. Question number 7 is books you feel deserve recognition. I think that the Fallen Kingdom series does not get enough hype. I like that series a whole lot. I don't love it, but I sure do like it. I have no one to rant about it with. My dog just buzzed into my room. This is a series that I have a very unpopular opinion about, but I hold it close to my heart. And while I do like recognize and agree with people's problems with it, it's not problematic in the sense that it's like racist or sexist or anything like that. It just has a lot of cliches, and that's the Red Queen series. I'm not saying it deserves more hype. I'm just saying it deserves a little bit more respect. It's not that bad. It really isn't. Why do people hate on it so much? It's really not that bad of a book series. The last one is one of my favorite series, and people just forgot about it after the last book came out, and that is Penryn in the End of Days. It's perfect. It's perfection. I have never read another thing like it. I mean, I have, but not really. Susan E snapped, and then everyone forgot about it. So I just feel like that's disrespectful. Question number 8 are what are your thoughts on censorship and banning books? I obviously say no. I'm pretty sure in Fizzy she said that she never heard anyone say yes, and neither have I. Like, who's gonna say yes to censorship? Because as soon as something is censored that you don't agree with, oh boo censorship. However, I do believe disclaimers are needed in this scenario if you're going to be selling something that's a little racy. A Court of Thorns and Roses. Mention that because it has always bothered me that when I go back and I visit my middle school, that book series is on the shelves and there are multiple copies and kids check them out, and I just wonder what little 12-year-old girl is picking this book up not knowing what she's getting herself into. And it bothers me a whole lot. It should not be there. So I feel like if it's something that can be a little problematic or obviously a trigger, then yeah, like put a disclaimer there, but just censoring it completely, I don't really agree with that. So that is all for my no disclaimers book tag. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please comment and like down below. If you didn't, the door. Hope to see you next time. Bye.